This bedroom, which is my old childhood bedroom, then we turned this place into a studio where my mom and I can just spread our work and not have to bother cleaning it up. When guests come over, we just shut the door. Hi guys, my name is Queenie. Welcome to my studio. So I've been wanting to do a studio tour for quite a long time. Let's take a look at what I've been up to recently. This is all stuff that's about to go out. We've got a really whimsical bridal hairpiece. There's a bow and some hearts on it. This one's been very popular. I think people like it because there's so many colors and it matches a whole bunch of different things. And I'll show you one more. This is a super popular design that we've had going for a couple of years now. People usually order this in white or gray, and I think people just love the way that there's like fancy pearls, and this is just a really soft feminine look. So I really like this too. Moving along the room, we have my lovely wall. We decided to feature some of our items that have sold really well, or just some of my favorite pieces. Right here is my desk. It's where all the ordering and the administration stuff happens. So I've always got a really nice supply of magazines. The Wedlux is my favorite, absolute favorite magazine, and it's from actually Canada. It's so gorgeous and full of inspiration for me. I also do a lot of the shipping, packaging stuff over here because I've got my printer for the shipping labels. So this is a place where we have also some of our outgoing orders. This really lovely bouquet is got this gorgeous design of a hanging trail of ribbons and flowers. These designs have been super popular. It's a very rustic style, and look, there's this beautiful purple and green theme to it. I've also been working on some more of a unique color scheme. This is a starry, sort of not necessarily Christmassy, although you can use it for Christmas. Over here we have a new series that I've been working on. Now that I have a daughter, I noticed that my girl uses hair clips and just goes through tons and tons of them. So I decided to get into the kids market as well. There's a lot of feathers. Feathers are actually really hard to keep organized just because they fly everywhere and they're super dusty. But I have them all in baggies, and I don't even know how many feathers I have. People sell them in pounds a lot of the time. We buy our feathers from a couple of companies in the States, and especially the peacock feathers, we go through a couple thousand per year, so it's always a really lovely sight to get a box full of peacock feathers, and I'll show you those in a second. So this one we have ostrich feathers. I love ostrich feathers because they're so soft and fluffy and you can play with them. And we've got lots of different colors. White is the most popular because we do bridal accessories and things like that. Sometimes we use just the tip so that it's nice and bendy like this, or we sometimes then take parts off of each piece here and use them peacock feathers. So I order them by the thousands, and ta-da! I'll show you. Whoa! We pick out each feather by hand, and that we sort them, and we also then, they're cleaned, but sometimes they get wrinkled during shipping, so we also then strain them out So next we have this shelf. I've got so many silk flowers. This is probably a quarter or a fifth of what I have. The rest are in storage in our balcony. So we usually just buy silk flowers and we sometimes modify them. We watercolor paint them, or we use them as is, or we take different parts out and put them in a design, and so it looks like something completely different. We have orchids. It's really popular, even like very exotic ones, like gray ones over here. Lots of little flowers that we can pick out each one and use them. And lots of dried plants. They're really sturdy, so there's very little chance that they'll crack or break during shipping. And a lot of feathers that we use commonly, I just also put out here as well. Over here we have sort of wrapping, shipping supplies. We wrap our orders in tissue papers. What's next in here? More feathers. Previously I had shown you some colored feathers. Here are some natural feathers. And they've got this beautiful sort of coppery gold kind of color, various browns. They're great for rustic style weddings or bohemian style weddings. And more feathers. Again, white is the most commonly used, so we have tons of white feathers in different sizes, shapes, different species of birds. Speaking of which, actually, a lot of people ask, how are these feathers sourced? So to the best of my knowledge, we purchase them from the States. The States companies, they will source them either locally from farms, or they will source them from China. I won't hide that. But what I understand, these are feathers that are shed naturally, because it makes no sense for them to kill a bird just to get the feathers. And they eat those birds anyways. And a lot of the times in places like China, the market for various bird types is much more diverse. Like in America, they only eat chicken, really. But in China, they eat like pheasants and different kinds of waterfowl and so on. So there's always a lot of feathers produced as a side product. They get shipped to the United States. They get cleaned using factory industrial strength chemicals, and then they get washed clean so that there's no traces of chemicals left. And when they get shipped to Canada, they have to be licensed to make sure that they're free of contaminants, pests, and all sorts of things like that. So there's actually a lot of different regulations that I had to go through to get these feathers. So I think people can rest assured that they are harvested humanely and that the feathers are very clean. This is the last shelf I'm going to show. Got lots of trinkets here. There's so many sparkly things. Here, let me show you. Beautiful crystal belts and brooches, shimmering. I can stare at these probably forever. We make trips out to usually Hong Kong to source these because they sell them at a good price and we can buy lots of them. They sell them either as belts, or we cut them individually and put them on hair pieces or boutonnieres or corsages. Hairpins that we add feathers to them to make a bigger hairpiece. So this is also where we keep our ribbons. Some of my most popular ribbon colors, I buy them in gigantic spools like this. Blacks, whites, silvers, various grays, browns, purples, that sort of thing. Over here we've got a bunch of little cubbies. They also have various supplies. Like this one, for example, I've got the hair clips that's used for making hair pieces, alligator clips, and brooch pins, things like that. And back in 2008, we had a bit of a family emergency, so there was a need I felt to do something different. And I asked my mom what she wanted to do. She's always been interested in flowers, so given that fresh flowers are not exactly easy to deal with, I decided, okay, how about feathers? Because they keep pretty much forever, and it's also put a bit of silk flowers in there, and we've got something that can work very nicely. Mom and I got together. Why don't we just do that? So we basically just put out a few photos of our designs, and I think within like a month we had our first customer, and everything grew since then. Right now, this shop has gotten to a point where my mom can work full time on the shop, and I still work full time in an office, but at least my mom can stay at home and do the shop stuff. My mom's actually just right here. Say hi, Mom. She's a little camera shy, so I'll do the talking. She does a lot of design and a lot of the orders, pretty much all the orders. So yeah, things just kept growing. 2010 I moved out because I got married. See? 2013 I had my little girl, Elizabeth, which you've seen in many videos already. And so we sort of purposely tapered down on the amount of business we wanted to do to focus on Elizabeth. Now that she's a little older, she's 3, we wanted to sort of ramp the store back up again. And that's actually one of our goals for 2017. I really want to get into the kids' hair accessories market. It's a really competitive market, but my kid is a girl and she always uses hair accessories anyway, so I figured why not just turn what she needs into a sort of business or something that we can sell. And in April, we plan a trip to Hong Kong. We need to replenish our supplies on crystals and various trinkets. So I'm looking forward to that trip very much. And of course, I'll bring you guys along. What else should I say? That's about it. Thank you for visiting my studio. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions or ideas, and please remember to subscribe. Bye!